Hello everybody, and welcome back to a Game News Roundup. I know it's been a while. We've been doing some gaming stuff. I've been streaming over on twitch.tv/trunkswd. If you want to watch me live, I usually stream 2 or 3 days a week. Usually around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is usually when I start the streams, but as you probably see in the title, Sony has announced the PlayStation 5 has sold over 50 million units as of the week ending December 9th, 2023. So as of a couple weeks ago, the week ending December 9th, right here, so sometime during that week is when it crossed 50 million units sold. Sell through to consumers, not shipped. And to compare, the PS4 reached 50 million units sold 1 week quicker, 160 weeks, while it has taken the PS5 161 weeks. Now, to note, back in July of this year, when Sony announced the PS5 had reached 40 million units, it was about 2 months behind the PS4. So since July, the PS5 has gone from 2 months behind, reaching 40 million for the PS5 versus 40 million for the PS4, to now just a week behind, and it's likely that the PS5, unless sales aren't as amazing as they've been all year in December for some weird reason, PS5 is likely to be tracking ahead, launch-line sales-wise, compared to the PS4 by the end of December, as it's currently through the second week of December, week ending December 9th, 1 week behind the PS4, which is pretty close between the two, to say the least. So we need the rest of December to be a bit better than the PS4 up to that point. The equivalent December for PS4, which would be December 2016, if you want to launch a line now. We're in 2016 versus 2023 for 3 years out of when the consoles have been available. And I know some people will point out VGChartz here. We don't have the numbers at 50 million yet, which is true. It's because our estimates, we now report them on once a month, monthly data. So we're waiting on all of December data to start coming in, which means we start posting December data in January. Usually starting with Japan comes out first, then either the Americas estimates or the Europe estimates comes in after that, and vice versa, and then obviously worldwide estimates after that, after everything else is done and posted. So through November 25th, our estimates have the PS5 at 48.93 million units, with the last week being Black Friday week being 1.4 million units sold, and it's likely that first week of December, the week ending December 2nd, the week before it hits 50 million, is likely going to see a bit of a drop, because obviously the week after Black Friday, Black Friday is generally the biggest week of the year, other than maybe the week before Christmas. But generally speaking, that Black Friday week will be the biggest week of the year. Although December overall, because it's a holiday all month, is generally the biggest month overall. But we're probably going to have it with the first week of December likely just a hair below 50 million when the December data comes in. And obviously if December data comes in and shows, whoops, we're hitting 50 million, just barely hitting 50 million in that first week of December, we will adjust as always to be in line with official numbers, which is the second week of December, the week ending December 9th, which does show that we either were spot on or we're a matter of a few days ahead of where it should be. Less than a week at this point of a difference. But also PS5 having hit 50 million sold does mean, as of that second week of December, the PS5 has surpassed the Super NES, the SNES Super Nintendo Entertainment System, to be the 15th best-selling video game platform, so that includes handhelds, of all time. And up next would be the Xbox One, we have just a hair under 58 million in our estimates, and then the NES, 61.91 million units sold, obviously 3DS. And obviously at the top here, we got the PS2, 258 million units sold lifetime, DS 154 million. The Switch, we're up to 132, almost 133 million sold as of November 25th. And if anyone's wondering, is the Switch going to top the DS? Is it going to top the PS2? I mean, sales are dropping for the Switch, especially this holiday. But overall, we'll see how things go, and it depends on how long Nintendo's gonna we'll wait until the Switch 2, or whatever the next Switch, the Nintendo successor is going to be called, comes out, and how long they continue to support the Switch. If the Switch successor comes out, but they keep supporting the Switch for a bit longer, it has a good chance. If they did what Microsoft and Sony just did in the last generation, not looking likely, unless the next Switch successor doesn't come out until 2025. But a lot of things are pointing to probably a holiday 2024 release, which would be 7.5 7.5 years, excuse me. It's about 7.5 years after the release of the Switch. Or maybe, who knows, maybe it'll be March 2025, but we'll see. It depends what Nintendo also has games-wise. Because for next year, I mean, we got the Peach game, we got a little, was it Luigi's Mansion game? I'm forgetting exactly what it is. And that's about it, confirmed for next year. But again, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the big holiday release this year for the Switch, wasn't announced until much closer to release. So who knows, maybe there'll be a new Pokemon game. Because it'll be 2 years after Scarlet and Violet next year. And Game Freak usually doesn't wait more than a year or two between Pokemon releases. But we'll see. But yeah, and again, PS5, Sony has officially announced over 50 million units sold worldwide as of the week ending December 9th, 2023. And I guess I might as well quickly go over our estimates again are through November. And as of November 25th, that's how we do the months, because December we have 5 weeks, so that what you might think should be the last week of November we put into that first week of December to line up with the same weeks that NPD / well, used to be formerly known as NPD, now Circana. We follow their weeks, which means March, June, September, December have 5 weeks in those months. And also sometimes, because it's not exactly 52 weeks in a year, it's like 52 weeks in a day or 52 weeks and 2 days. Sometimes we'll have January with a 5th week as well, but it depends from year to year. But yeah, so in November, we've got the PS5 with 3.55 million units sold, the Switch at 1.67 million units sold, and the Series X and S at 1.03 million units sold. The PS4 with 17,000 units sold, with pretty much it winding down at this point, and just about every unit that was shipped with the PS4 is pretty much sold at this point. There's just a tiny bit left. And obviously, lifetime-wise, through November 25th, we got the Switch at 132.91 million, the PS5 48.93 million, with it again on track to be hitting 50 million on that second week of December. And we have the Series X and S at 25.37 million units. So yeah, keep an eye out on VGChartz in January for when we will be reporting on the December, the biggest month of the year, sales for video game consoles. Again, Japan should be posted first, as we get that data before anywhere else. And then Americas and Europe data, sometimes we get one before the others. Whichever one comes first is what we'll post first, and then after that, we'll post after that. And then obviously worldwide gets posted last once all the data is available. And we take that data we have, extrapolate to rest of the world, Asia and whatnot. And then report on the worldwide estimates. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly, at this point, as I can ramble on for a while, if anyone's watched me for a while, as you know how I can go sometimes. But yeah, again, PS5 currently 1 week behind the PS4 for hitting 50 million units sold, and a good chance of the PS5 starting to track ahead of the PS4 by the end of December, depending on how the December sales go, but we won't know until more of the December data starts rolling in, and obviously it's currently December 20th. So we got some more weeks of data to be waiting on, and then, yeah. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this quick little video. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe where I go over gaming news, gaming sales. I post random gaming videos from my Twitch streams and whatnot. Recently I went through Alan Wake 2. Those videos did really well on my YouTube channel. I watched the Game Awards live with my Twitch viewers. I lately have been watching all of the big gaming showcases live on Twitch if you want to watch along when those do happen. The next one's probably going to be in January, late January, because last year Microsoft did their Developer Direct, which they said was a big success, and they are likely doing it again, so probably in January we'll have another Developer Direct from upcoming games from Xbox for next year. Probably we'll finally see more of Hellblade 2, Avowed, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and I think is a Towerborn, are 4 confirmed games for next year. Obviously, things could be delayed. Who knows? There might be games we don't know about that will be coming out, because last year they announced and released Hi-Fi Rush on the same day. So keep an eye on that. Again, keep an eye on VGChartz' latest gaming news, gaming sales estimates. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Again, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time.